Hello, everyone. Welcome to the market opening bell on Friday, September 12th, your 10-minute guide to the stock market. After 4 consecutive days of gains, the Hong Kong stock market pulled back on Thursday. The Hang Seng Index opened 212 points lower, dropping 321 points early in the session to a low of 25,878 before narrowing losses. It briefly rose 41 points in the afternoon to 26,241, but closed down 113 points or 0.4% at 26,086. The Hang Seng China Enterprises Index fell 67 points or 0.7% to 9,260, while the Hang Seng Tech Index dipped 13 points or 0.2% to 5,888. Total market turnover was $325.2 billion. Southbound funds recorded a net inflow of 18.989 billion Hong Kong dollars into Hong Kong stocks, with net buying include Alibaba 3.73 billion, Innovent Biologics 956 million, SMIC 932 million, Pop Beijing 826 million, PopMart 486 million, WuXi Biologics 339 million, China Biopharmaceuticals 324 million, CSPC Pharmaceutical 266 million, 3S Bio 214 million. Net selling include Tencent's 1.151 billion, Akasol 389 million. Statistics show southbound funds have net bought Alibaba for 15 consecutive days, totaling 37.143 billion Hong Kong dollars. SMIC for 3 days, totaling 1.576 billion, while net selling Tencent for 3 days, totaling 1.46 billion, and Akasol for 3 days, totaling 1.748 billion. Technically, the Hang Seng Index briefly fell below 26,000 to 25,878, which can be seen as a pullback after breaking above 25,700. Regaining 26,000 suggests short-term consolidation is complete, with potential to test 26,500 and an upside target of 26,800. Mainland Chinese markets rose for the second consecutive day, with all three major indexes surging. The Shanghai Composite Index gained 1.7% to 3,875. The Shenzhen Component Index soared 3.4% to a high since July 2022, and the Chinex Index jumped 5.15% to a high since January 2022. Total turnover in Shanghai and Shenzhen exceeded 2.4 trillion yuan. The renminbi central parity rate was set at 7.1034 to $1, up 28 pips from the previous day. In Hong Kong, pharmaceutical stocks declined amid foreign media reports that the Trump administration is discussing restrictions on Chinese pharmaceuticals and drafting an executive order (EO) to limit Chinese innovative drugs entry into the U.S. market through various measures. However, a White House spokesman stated no proactive consideration is underway, given reports that Trump may meet Chinese President Xi Jinping during a potential October visit to South Korea. The EO is unlikely to be issued soon. For potential short-term stock price risks, affected companies can be divided into three categories. First category, globally established firms, example Beijing Legend Biotech, will see limited impact as these firms have solid U.S. market footholds and low expectations for new deals. Group firms with strong global partnerships, example Cullen Biotech, 3S Bio, Hansoh Pharma, Hengrui Pharmaceuticals, will see minimal impact on existing authorized assets as the EO targets new deals. Third type of companies are firms with high licensing expectations but no finalized deals, which can be split into firms planning global clinical trials, example Innovent Biologics, Phllip, CSPC Pharma, could generate differentiated data to enhance pipeline value and remain attractive to global partners, and firms not planning or unable to conduct global trials, example Ascletis Pharma, Engen Corporation, Seastone Pharmaceuticals may be more passive but could accelerate deal closures before policies take effect. Alibaba announced a 3.168 US billion zero coupon convertible senior notes issued due to 32, priced at 188.08 Hong Kong dollars per share, with its stock rising 0.4%. About 80% of proceeds will enhance cloud infrastructure, including data center expansion, technology upgrades, and service optimization to meet growing demand. The remaining 20% will fund international business expansion, focusing on operational investments to boost market position and efficiency. Additionally, Alibaba's Gaude Street Sweep list attracted over 40 million users in one day. Data shows the Dianping's daily active users were 32.6057 million in August 2025, meaning AMAP's list, Gauda's list surpassed Dianping's user base in a single day, becoming China's largest food ranking platform. Meituan shares fell 5.1%. According to Counterpoint Research, global premium smartphone sales grew 8% year-on-year in first half 2025, a record high for the period, outpacing the 4% growth in the overall smartphone market. Apple led with over 62% market share, up 3% driven by emerging markets. Samsung followed with 7% growth, boosted by the S25 series, outperforming the S24. Xiaomi ranked third with 55% growth, mainly from China. Google re-entered the top 5 premium brands after 5 years, with Pixel 9 series sales doubling, driven by new market expansion and aggressive marketing. Anta Sports announced at a Singapore event it planned to open 1,000 Anta stores in Southeast Asia over the next 3 years, with a regional headquarters in Singapore, followed by expansion into South Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Anta Southeast Asia revenue nearly doubled year-on-year in first half. U.S. inflation data confirmed expectations for a Federal Reserve rate cut next week, lifting U.S. indexes to record highs. The Dow rose 617 points or 1.4% to 46,108. The S&P 500 gained 55 points or 0.9% to 6,587, and the Nasdaq rose 157 points or 0.7% to 22,043. The Nasdaq Golden Dragon China Index surged 235 points or 2.9% to 8,388. Oracle, which soared 36% on Wednesday, fell 6.2% due to analyst concerns over its growth relying heavily on a single client, OpenAI. Oracle's unbooked contract revenue quadrupled to $455 billion, with OpenAI committing $300 billion over 5 years, indicating nearly all revenue comes from OpenAI. Tesla rose 6% with reports that its new 6-seat Model Y L sold out in China for October, with new orders expected for delivery by November. Model Y L received over 120,000 orders since launch, averaging 10,000 daily. Facing competition from Xpeng and others, Tesla cut the Model 3 long-range price in China by 3.7%, now over $36,000. Apple rose 1.4% while Nvidia and Meta dipped slightly. Traditional stocks rose, with JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs up nearly 2%. Walmart gained 2.2%. Boeing fell 3.3% with its CEO warning of further delays in 777X certification. On earnings, Adobe reported Q3 net profit up over 5% to $1.77 billion, with adjusted earnings per share of $5.31, beating estimates of $5.18. Revenue rose 11% to $5.99 billion, above expectations of $5.91 billion. Adobe forecasts Q4 revenue of 6.08 to 6.13 billion US dollars, in line with estimates, and adjusted earnings per share of 5.35 to 5.4 dollars, above expectations of 5.33 dollars. US August CPI rose 2.9% year on year, the highest since January, up from 2.7% in June and July, meeting expectations. Month-on-month CPI rose 0.4% above July's 0.2% and forecast of 0.3%. Core inflation excluding food and energy held at 3.1%, matching July and February highs as expected. Initial jobless claims for the first week of September rose 27,000 to 263,000, the highest since October 2021, exceeding expectations of 235,000, aligning with recent weak labor market data indicating a deteriorating U.S. job market. Our stock pick today is Zenergy, stock code 3677. Zenergy primarily engages in lithium-ion battery manufacturing, providing integrated solutions, including cells, modules, battery packs, battery clusters, and battery management systems. Its diverse product portfolio includes EV batteries, ESS battery, and aviation battery. Its EV battery products can be used in BEV, PHEV, EREV, and HEV models, catering to sedans, SUVs, MPVs, and other multi-purpose vehicles. Its ESS batteries serve household, large-scale, and commercial industrial energy storage. Its aviation batteries are used in electric manned fixed-wing aircraft and eVTOL applications. The group focuses on the passenger vehicle power battery market and aims to expand electrochemical product applications across land, sea, and air interconnectivity. In the first half of 2025, the group's power battery business recorded sales revenue of 2.985 billion yuan and shipments of 7.363 gigawatt hour, with both revenue and shipment volume growing over 80% year on year. The group's ranking and market share in new energy passenger vehicle battery installations improved, reaching seventh place nationally from January to June 2025, with June alone ranking sixth, according to the China Automotive Power Battery Industry Innovation Alliance. The energy storage business benefits from strong overseas demand, with its 104Ah standardized cell becoming a leading product for global household energy storage. Through partnerships, its products are sold in markets across Asia, Africa, and Latin America. In aviation batteries, the group achieved progress with its batteries for manned fixed-wing aircraft, securing airworthiness certification with Liaoning General Aviation's RX-1E electric aircraft. It's set to achieve mass production this year, becoming the first battery supplier for mass-produced manned fixed-wing aircraft. The group's second-generation Tree-Highs one fast aviation power battery, utilizing dual semi-solid-state technology, builds on its 2023 industry-first metrics of high safety, high energy density, high power, and fast charging. Looking ahead, the group will expand capacity based on customer commitments to maximize efficiency. Current capacity is 25.5 gigawatt hour, with plans to add 10 gigawatt hour in Q4 2025 and 15 gigawatt hour by the end of 2026, reaching a total of 50.5 gigawatt hour. The group will deepen strategies for cell standardization, platformed battery packs, and diversified electrochemistries, while exploring technologies to produce multiple products on a single production line to enhance flexibility. Recommended buy price 11.6 Hong Kong dollars, target price $13, stop loss $11. I do not hold the aforementioned stock.